Welcome back. I'm Linda Kincaid in Atlanta and you're watching Connect the World. Good to have you with us. The British Prime Minister is fighting for his political life. Polling shows only 20% of the UK public hold a favourable view of Boris Johnson, and that was even before the latest controversy engulfing Downing Street. Well, on Wednesday, Mr Johnson apologised for attending a Downing Street garden party in May of 2020. That's when England was in the first COVID lockdown. The Prime Minister's apology is doing little to silence calls for his resignation. Today, Mr Johnson is out of public view. Downing Street tells CNN he cancelled a visit to a vaccination centre after a family member tested positive for COVID. Well, CNN's SALMA ABDELAZIZ is watching all of this from London and joins us now live. Good to have you with us, Salma. So, amidst calls, even from within his own party, to step down, he is bunkering down today with some member of his family testing positive for COVID.
And not to speculate too much, Linda, but it does give the Prime Minister a moment of reflection, a moment to decide next steps, a moment to figure out his strategy. Because what are the options here? This is the day after the big apology, the day after the fallout. Well, you have a few things that could happen here. You could have the Prime Minister simply resign. I'm going to put that in the nearly impossible category. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is known as someone who's going to hold on to power. This is a political office he fought his entire career to win. He is not going to leave easily. That leads me to the second option. He's pushed out. Now that would require a rebellion against him from his own party. Conservative lawmakers would have to turn against Prime Minister Boris Johnson and call a vote of no confidence. It would require 15% of Conservative lawmakers to write a letter to what's called the 1922 Committee. It's a body that oversees Tory leadership in this country, and we are nowhere near that threshold of 15%. That's 54 lawmakers, absolutely nowhere near that. Local media only reporting that 2 lawmakers so far have written that letter. That leaves me with the last option, Linda, and that is for the Prime Minister to simply ride out the storm. And here's what you have to know about Johnson. He is a great political escape artist. He has survived scandal after scandal after scandal, but this is his biggest one yet. And for his critics, Linda, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Because remember, the Prime Minister has so far admitted to his attendance at one event, but there's accusations of multiple events across multiple months. There's a lot there that could still come back to bite the Prime Minister. Linda?
But as you say, he is indeed a survivor. I have to ask you about another story that's just coming into us. We're hearing the UK politicians have been warned about an active Chinese spy in Parliament. What can you tell us?
So we're just getting new information about this here, and we found out about this when a senior Conservative lawmaker, Ian Duncan Smith, stood up in Parliament and spoke about receiving information from the Speaker warning of a Chinese agent in Parliament. Take a listen.
I understand that Mr. Speaker has been contacted by MI5 and is now warning members of Parliament that there has been an agent of the Chinese government active here in Parliament working with a member of Parliament, obviously to subvert the processes here.
Now, Smith went on to say that so far it is understood that there's no deportation arrangements in place. He asked why the authorities were not taking more steps. This is of particular concern to this lawmaker because he's been sanctioned by the Chinese government. And of course, fears among lawmakers as to what exactly this means, what compromises potentially were made. We're going to tune in to find out more on that, Linda.
Yeah, and it sounds like this warning came from British intelligence services. So a lot of questions as to what will happen, what will come from this. Certainly great concerns. And I mean, maybe Boris Johnson is happy for a different story to emerge amidst all his controversy.
Absolutely, Linda. I mean, the Prime Minister is hoping, praying, wishing for a different headline at this point. I doubt that this is going to detract from the attention. Look, here's the thing you have to realize. This is no longer just about what actually happened. It's now becoming about how the Prime Minister has handled this. He's becoming the laughingstock of the nation. You saw that moment in Parliament yesterday where the opposition Labour leader, Keir Starmer, said his excuse is that he didn't know it was a party. He thought it was a work event. That has become a meme across this country. Just type in #work event and you'll get plenty of jokes. But it's no laughing matter for Prime Minister Boris Johnson. He is absolutely fighting here for his reputation, for his support within his political party. He is a Prime Minister that looks increasingly cornered, increasingly vulnerable. And you saw that in Parliament yesterday. The Prime Minister simply flinching at times, Linda.
Exactly. At least for today, people are having a laugh about it. SALMA ABDELAZIZ, good to have you with us from London. Thank you.